Reddy, Secretary ISS Telangana. Today the ISS Telangana arranged a condolence meeting of Dr. NRS IYENGAR, sir. He is a well-known person, good academician, as well as excellent administrator. So I invite all of you to share your memories and your association in this meeting. Now I hand over the meeting to Dr. Veeresham, sir.
Good morning, everybody, senior members of this ISS Telangana and outside the state. I request all the members of this condolence meeting of Dr. NRS IYENGAR, the professor, HOD and retired DME of Telangana and by Andhra Pradesh, has departed his soul on 22nd May. So I welcome you all. I invite for this condolence meeting to share their experiences with all the members. Now I invite Dr. P. Surender, Professor Anesthesia, Mallareddy Medical College, HOD of Women's Medical College of Anesthesia Department, to read out his biodata. Sir, Dr. P. Surender, sir.
Dr. NRS IYENGAR was born on 4th October 1940. He is the eldest son of his parents, Rajamannar Iyer and Indira Iyer. He has 3 siblings. Eldest is MD, did her MD anesthesia and consultant at US. Second sibling is PhD and professor at Usmania University. Third sibling is homemaker. He did his schooling and pre-medical education in Hyderabad. Then he did his MBBS and diploma anesthesia from Usmania Medical College. He passed his MD from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. On returning to Hyderabad, he joined as an assistant professor of anesthesiology. In 1975, he was promoted and posted to Sri Venkateshwara Medical College, Tirupati. He worked there till 1981. 1981, he was transferred and posted to Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences, where he analyzed cardiac and neurosurgical cases. And in long tenure, he worked in various institutions like Gandhi Medical College, Usmania Medical College, SV Medical College, and Kakatiya Medical College. When Nizams became autonomous, he went to Gandhi. Subsequently, he came as Professor HOD of anesthesia to Usmania. Then later on, he was vice principal of Usmania Medical College for some time. Then he was promoted as additional director of medical education and rose to the position of director of medical education and superannuated in 1998. After superannuation, he did not join anywhere. Spent his long time happily with his wife, Dr. Sudhina Lakshmi, who was an eminent teacher and a teacher to all of us and eminent academician. And his son and daughter-in-law and daughter. He was a cricketer in his school days. I had a long association with him, first as a postgraduate at Usmania Medical College, later as an assistant professor. He taught us physics, strong foundations of applied physics in anesthesia laid down by Dr. IYENGAR, helped all of us. He was a DNB and MD examiner. He conducted many DNB examinations at Usmania. He was a very strict examiner. He used to say, MD should be taken by the candidate, will not be given. He was my MD examiner. I was fortunate to get a gold medal during his tenure. He was an excellent teacher, administrator, highly principled man with iconic personality. There is the time I spent with him. I learned many things from working with him, like correcting the dissertations and correcting the answer sheets and evaluating the patients, evaluating the candidates during the practical examination. His discipline and teachings made all of us what we are today. He was a CME chairperson for South Zone of Conference 1990 and also 1996 National Conference. And fortunately, I was associated with him in both CMEs as a co-chairman. Learned a lot from. The National Conference CME was a 2-day CME. It was academic feast and hospitality of Hyderabad, reminded by many even today. Although he left heavenly abode, he continues to live in the hearts of the students, and his principles he has laid down, discipline and principles he has laid down, continue to guide us. May his soul rest in peace, and my condolences to bereaved family.
Now I request all the members of this condolence meeting go for 2 silence. I request all the members to go for 2 minutes silence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much again. Now I request the senior members of this ISA Telangana and past presidents of ISA National, Dr. G. Surendra Reddy, Dr. N. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Upender Godsa, Dr. Satyanarayana, Dr. Deepraj Singh, those who are in private sector, Dr. Manimala Rao, Dr. Aruna Subhash, so many persons are there, can share their views regarding and express their deep condolences and one by one, sir. Thank you very much. Anybody wants to share, kindly tell their name and go ahead with that. Dr. Upender, go.
Surendra Reddy, sir.
సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు. సురేంద్ర రెడ్డి సార్ సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు.
Now it is coming. Dr. Upender, go.
Surendra Reddy, sir, senior most.
Yeah, Dr. Surendra Reddy, sir.
Sir, unmute. Sound not.
Audio is not working.
సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ ఉంది సార్, ఇయర్ ఫోన్స్ తీసేయండి సార్. సురేందర్ సార్.
సురేందర్ రెడ్డి సార్.
మ్యూట్ లోనే ఉన్నారు.
అన్మ్యూట్
చక్రరావు సార్, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
కాల్ చేయండి సురేందర్ రెడ్డి సార్కు. వీరేశం సార్కి ఒకసారి కాల్ చేయండి.
చేస్తాం.
అయితే గురురాజాచారి గారు మాట్లాడుతున్నాను. రాంబాబురావు.
Can somebody else start it if by the time he adjusts his system?
Yes. Viresham sir, please invite. Viresham sir, can you hear me?
Ramkrishna.
Sir. ఉన్నాను సార్.
ఉన్నాం కాదు, మీరు కండక్ట్ చేయండి.
సురేందర్ సార్ ఇప్పుడు సౌండ్ వస్తుంది.
స్క్రీన్ వచ్చారు. ఇప్పుడు మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నారు.
మళ్ళీ మ్యూట్ అయిపోయింది.
రామకృష్ణ, మీరు రాంబాబురావుని ఇన్వైట్ చేయండి. టైం
రాంబాబురావు కానీ గురురాజాది ఎవరో మాట్లాడమని.
సరే సార్. రైట్. ఓకే.
Can I initiate?
ప్లీజ్.
వీరేశం సార్, వీరేశం గారు నేను వినబడతలేదు ఆయన. సరే, ఓకే. సో I invite Dr. Prabhavati madam to say a few words about IYENGAR sir.
Everybody, I hope I am audible to all.
Yes madam, you are audible.
I feel very sad that I am speaking on this occasion to convey the condolences on the passing away of Dr. IYENGAR. As far as I remember, he is one of the, when I joined anesthesia, he is one of the personalities who kind of ruled the department, I should say, with his absolutely aloof-looking and revered and feared personality, I should say. I was not his postgraduate at any time. When I joined anesthesia, when I went to Nizam Orthopedic Hospital, the then Nizam Orthopedic Hospital, Dr. IYENGAR was already the professor over there along with Dr. Bharati Reddy. Though everybody portrayed him as a man to be feared, I never found him to be unapproachable or good, not being good with the conversation. Of course, I was from Dr. IYENGAR. And when later on, when students said that they always feared him, I could never understand why they said so. Because I found that he wanted very few things. In fact, he was a strict disciplinarian, and he just wanted people to do their duty, whether it is a student, whether it was an assistant professor or his colleagues. That was not a big deal, actually. But then I realized in life doing a duty is a very tough call. And most of the people feared him because he expected them to be on time, read well, do well in the exams, perform well on the table, at the table. That is what made him aloof and revered as well as feared, I should say. He always very fondly remembered the days of Nizam Orthopedic Hospital because he was the first and I always remember he used to very considerate to me and Dr. Sarita Reddy, one of my colleagues. And he would say, and at those days, I remember the Nizam's, the bus stop at Nizam's used to be right opposite the gate. Of a restaurant and bar. He would always say, let me first drop the ladies at the bar, then we will go, Dr. Sudhina. He will always drop us at the bus stop. Such fond memories. And of course, generations of postgraduates have gone global with his with the kind of value systems he instilled in them. And it must be said a credit to his greatness that so many students so fondly remember him. I can only say that, but the last time I met him in March of this year was a very sad occasion. I saw that the process of his illness had taken hold of him so much that he failed to recognize me. That made me extremely sad and tearful. It was, I was, that's the last time I saw him, rather. Only thing that repeatedly comes to my mind is, oh, Dr. Iyengar didn't even remember me, but I know what happened to him. But it is extremely sad to know the news. Maybe my speech is very personal and emotional, but that was the kind of association I had with both Dr. Iyengar and Dr. Sudhina. I offer my condolences to the family, and God give the strength to Dr. Sudhina to bear with the loss which has now invaded her life. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Now I invite Dr. Gururajachar, sir. Dr. Gururajachar, sir. Dr. Ramon, sir. Sir, please. Unmute, sir. Unmute.
Good morning, sir. You're able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. And I am remembering my golden days in Usmania Medical College. Actually, Prabhavati was my senior when I done my TA in Andhra Medical College, Visakhapatnam. And I'm very happy to see you, everybody, in this occasion. This sad occasion also, we can feel happy to unite everybody. And I'm very happy. And I had a good association with Dr. Iyengar. As everybody said, he's the best teacher. And we learned the importance of physics in anesthesia. I don't know how many people are applying nowadays. Still, I remember in one incident, sir, at Visakhapatnam, we had one teacher, Sachamurthy. When you are loading a drug of oxytocin 1 cc in 2 cc syringe, you used to abuse us. You want to beat us. You should use appropriate syringe in appropriate ml. That is, I'm not don't want to waste time, because how the physics is involved in so many aspects in our regular anesthesia. And I'm very sorry to hear the news. Presently, I'm working in Chhattisgarh at the district hospital after 74 years, retired as a professor HOD in Vijayanagaram. And we're very happy to see you, everybody. And my deep condolences to Dr. Iyengar. And definitely, he lived his life. He lived his life. And I know it is everything we have to reach one day or other. And thank you very much, sir. Thanks for giving opportunity to talk.
Thank you, Dr. Ramon, sir. Now I invite Dr. Surendra Reddy, sir. I hope the audio is ready. Unmute, sir. Unmute. Unmute. Sir, unmute, sir.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Very unfortunate that this time we are meeting, though I could remember everybody there. Though I was not his student as postgraduate, because I was the student of Dr. Venkatrao, Dr. Bharati, and Dr. Vijay Kumar Menon. And it was so unfortunate that I was not trained by him, because he was supposed to be the very good teacher, very good disciplinarian, very strict in every aspect. It so happened that he came from NIMS or Gandhi, I don't know. He was transferred to Usmania. By that time, I was already professor. I learned many things from him, not as the subject or anything, but life, how to lead a life. And he has, because I used to spend a lot of time with him in his room, and I learned many things. During my operation in 1997 laminectomy, I requested Dr. Surendra to come and give anesthesia. And Dr. Iyengar himself came, volunteer, and he came and he has given me anesthesia. Throughout the surgery, he was there for 2.5 hours. And still I remember. And though I have seen him before, he used to be very strict. People here, always feared him. But after I see him in Osmania, I could see he's a completely changed man. I never seen that he became angry on anybody else. And to find his surprise, suddenly I don't know why he could change like that. Anyway, and I think maybe about 2 or 3 years I was working along with him, and he was promoted as additional director, then director, and retired. And one more thing I found, that he was not practicing outside before or even after retirement. Of course, after retirement, he had the surgery. There was some problem. Unfortunately, I could not see him because I used to stay in Old City, and he in Secunderabad. I was not able to go there. But I used to learn from people that how he is working. And Dr. Sudhina, though she was 1 year junior to me, she was head of the department, and I also learned from her many things. And at this juncture, I offer my condolences to Mrs. Sudhina to give her strength to bear the loss of Dr. Iyengar. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Surendra Reddy, sir. Now I request Dr. Chakra Rao to give his message.
అయ్యంగార్ గారిని మొట్టమొదటిగా నేను విశాఖపట్నంలో కలిశాను. ఏదో పిల్గ్రిమేజ్కి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ ప్రొఫెసర్ ఎవరు నన్ను కలుద్దామని వెళ్ళి కలిశాను అనమాట. ఆయన మీరందరూ చెప్పినట్టుగానే ఆయన చాలా గంభీరంగా, కఠినంగా కనపడేవారు, కానీ ఆయన ఎవరిని తిట్టినట్టు కానీ ఎవరికి హార్మ్ చేసినట్టు కానీ ఎక్కడ లేదు. ఆయన ఈజ్ వెరీ సాఫ్ట్ మైండెడ్ పర్సన్. రియల్లీ ఆయన తర్వాత డైరెక్టరేట్లోకి అకాడమిక్ డైరెక్టర్గా వచ్చేటప్పుడు, తర్వాత కంప్లీట్గా అడిషనల్ డైరెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ మెడికల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అయినప్పుడు కూడా క్లోజ్ కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళం మేము. సో ఆయన చాలా మనం ఏమన్నా చెప్తే అది సరే దానికి ముందు చేద్దాంలే అనేవారు. తర్వాత చాలా వెరీ సింపుల్ మ్యాన్. అంటే అంత గంభీరంగా కనపడినా కూడా ఎవరిని ఆయన చాలా హంబుల్గా ఉండి చాలా ఇదిగా మాట్లాడుతూ ఉండేవారు. మేము వైజాగ్లో ఉండి ఆయనతో పెద్ద పరిచయం లేకుండా ఒక విధంగా ఆయనకి ఒక ఏకలవ్య శిష్యుల్లాగా ఉండేవాళ్ళం మేము. తర్వాత కూడా చాలాసార్లు మీట్ అవ్వడం, 1-2 సార్లు ఇంటర్వ్యూ వెళ్ళడం జరిగింది. తర్వాత నిజంగా ఆయన పోవడం కొన్నాళ్ళు బెడ్ రిడన్ అవ్వడం ఒక తీరని లోటు. మేడంకి అన్ని విధాల భగవంతుడు అనుగ్రహించి కావాల్సిన ధైర్యాన్ని ఇస్తాడని అనుకున్నాం. ఇది నిజంగా రియల్ వెరీ సాడ్ డే టు ఈవెన్ టు కండక్ట్ ది కండోలెన్సెస్ ఆల్సో. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to express my feelings. Thank you.
Thank you, Chakrarao sir. Now I request Dr. N. Satyanarayana garu to give his message.
Good morning, everyone. I am very small person to talk about anything about Dr. Iyengar sir, but I am very fortunate to be a student when I was doing my PG, and I also had an opportunity to work under him. When I joined an assistant professor, he was head of the department. So everybody knows, and people have already told many things. I have seen, witnessed about what the personality, sir's personality, and hardly he used to talk. Only he expects action, and the same thing: discipline, punctuality, dedication to the work, and student has to be is regular. That is the most important thing he used to. And there are plenty of examples, but here it's not the time to take all the examples. But we have witnessed a great teacher and discipline, and how the professor, and nobody is dare enough to approach him. Even for surgeon, the best, and there's nobody can influence sir about anything. Whatever he set as principle, everyone has to follow the principles and disciplines. There is no compromise anything about from anesthesia point of view and surgery point of view. No higher officials, no superintendent, even superintendent level also cannot interfere about whatever the principles he set. Everyone has to follow all the principles. So we are fortunate to learn many things. And today, whatever we are today, it is all because of seniors, what we have learned from them. And also, Dr. Sudhina Madam has a very much influence on me, as she was an HOD after sir has promoted as an additional DME and then after DME. So my heartful condolences to Madam Sudhina, and I pray the God to give her strength to bear the loss of great Iyengar sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Kuchela Babu garu to give his message.
Sir, good morning, all of you. But actually, I am not a student of Iyengar, but I heard his name lot time through my professor, Dr. Sriram. And on a few occasions, I met him, especially one during conferences. One is the most important thing I remember is when he came as a committee member to my hospital to start the donor nephrectomy to the cadaver. He's as a committee chairman, he came and he talked to me very nicely, and what he told is, Dr. Kuchela, whatever you want, you tell today. I will write on that. What are the equipments? He advised me. That means what is the interest of the safety of the anesthesia? And he told, this equipment you ask me. You ask them, I will recommend them. That is the man. I saw the words still lingering in my mind, how is the importance given the safety and the quality of the anesthesia. With these few words, I pray God give his soul achieve moksha, and Madam Sudhina will give a strength to her to bear the loss. Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Rampapa Rao garu to give his message.
First of all, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family, especially to Sudhina Lakshmi Madam and their son, Mr. Srikanth, whom I met very recently. I think as all of you and most of you know that he was my guide, he was my teacher, my head of the department and my examiner, and my entire postgraduate studies were under him. And for a brief period, I was also the junior most faculty under him at Usmania. So the learnings that I have from this great character, what I understand from the profile of his life is that he made a very conscious decision that he would like to be in this teaching profession and mold a generation, I think some scores of anesthetists spanning about maybe half a century. I think he has molded and then inculcated the discipline and always gave out the message the way he majestically walked across the corridors in the teaching institutes in Usmania, where I have to see moving between different theaters. I was always wondering where this gentleman emanates that confidence, dealing with so many head of the departments of surgical specialties. And then what he actually made us understand is that the knowledge that you deep dive into actually gives you that power to be what you want to be. And then I think that is one thing I never forget in my life. In anything that you do, not necessarily only anesthesia, I think today that is more relevant. We are existing in a knowledge-based society. I think that is one thing he taught me. And then the other things is the absolute discipline and the childish enthusiasm that he dealt with when acted in the academics, which actually inspired all of us to try and better ourselves in whatever we are. And then what actually happened is we molded our lives based on the way he lived his life. Absolute discipline, compassion, believing that knowledge is what actually gives you the power to exist the way you want to be. And then he made the delivery of medicine so safe for almost, and molded so many people for more than 50 years. I think in these two states, Telugu-speaking states, and scores of people who are outside the states and outside the country, I think he enthused so many people and made actually his contribution to humanity is delivery of and practice of medicine in a very safe manner. I think scores of people and then the entire humanity, wherever his disciples are practicing, is making delivery of medicine absolutely safe and right. I think I owe my life actually to him, the way I molded myself, seeing this man as a character, and also this gentleman. And I think he's the most revered person for me in my life. And then Sudhina Madam, I think thank you very much, and I pray God to give you strength to bear this loss, the vacuum that is created in your life. My deepest condolences to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. M. Chandrasekhar Garu to give his message. Sir, unmute, sir. Unmute yourself.
Really is a great loss to our society. One of the doyen in the anesthesia department and anesthesia society is known all over the country, even outside also. I worked under him, and I never forget Dr. Iyengar and Dr. Menon, who are the great pillars of the anesthesia department. It's very hard to digest. Sir is no more. But definitely he has taught me how to control the department in a disciplined manner. And he taught me one thing: if you have a subject, automatically it will be in your grip. The department will be in grip. Plus, you stick on to the case, and definitely you manage yourself and you teach to your students how to manage the cases and how to theoretically as well as managing the cases. Really is a great loss to the all of us. I was not a direct student of Dr. Iyengar. I studied in outside the state, that is in Davangere, and I joined as an assistant professor under him. And he taught me many things, especially the discipline and the management of the cases. He used to ask many questions. Many times we really we have struggled to give an answers. Such simple questions, but it's a very, very relevant questions. I never forget, sir. And my deepest condolences to the family and especially the Sudhan Lakshmi Madam. Really, we miss him today. He's one of the greatest doyen and the greatest personality we never forget in our life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Vijayalakshmi Garu to give his message. Vijayalakshmi Madam. Now I request Dr. Upender, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So, respected teachers and my dear colleagues, I just want to talk to a little more than anybody else because I had a personal rapport with Dr. Iyengar sir for a very long time. I was a postgraduate in the Department of Anesthesiology when he was a professor, though he was not head of the department. Dr. Bharati Madam was heading the department, but she was in Nizam's orthopedics, and even Iyengar sir also was there in Nizam's orthopedics. The basic fundamentals were taught by him and Sudhina Madam. Even Sudhina Madam was also there in Nizam's orthopedics as an assistant professor. From there, they have made to inculcate a lot of interest in the Department of Anesthesiology. So after I became an assistant professor in Usmania, he came to Usmania General Hospital as the head of the Department of Anesthesia, and he has taught so many things. So whenever he was in a serious mood as a professor, head of the department, he used to talk in English. But whenever there is some sort of personal things have to be discussed, he used to talk in Hindi. So that's how we used to recognize that, okay, he is in good mood to talk to him. So we used to talk to him in that particular situation where he changes his stance from English to Hindi. And I want to share 2 or 3 of important things being head of the Department of Anesthesia. So we had a JICA aid to Usmania General Hospital where a lot of money was given in the form of equipment to all other departments. And anesthesia was the department which was summarily ignored. And when we expressed displeasure along with Dr. Surinder, me and other colleagues, we expressed our displeasure that we didn't get anything in the JICA. Now he looked at us in a rather indifferent or angry mood, and then he didn't say any word. But later, after maybe another 3 months later, we were surprised to see that anesthesia department was given the highest amount and highest number of equipment, and almost the department's face has changed in a drastic way. All multi-channel monitors, anesthesia, ventilators, and everything was there suddenly. That's how we remember him instrumental in getting so much of equipment to the Department of Anesthesia. And one day he called me and he asked me what was my reaction. Well, I said no, and there was no reaction because I just wanted to say thank you for this, all this. And he advised me to see whenever we get an opportunity to get some equipment, we need to go and fight with administrators because ours is a department where things were not given properly in a proper way. The second issue is after his retirement, I used to meet him regularly at his house. One day he asked me to come with a big auto rickshaw, something like that, or maybe a big vehicle. I was surprised. But when I went there, he invited me and had offered me breakfast and coffee. And before I was going out, he stopped me and he has given me a big carload of books to the Department of Anesthesia in Gandhi Medical College. And it took such a long time for me to shift all those books from Gandhi Medical College main door to 6th floor library. So such a great, wonderful personality. And the third one is he always used to be there in the hospital at 9 o'clock. Come what may, whoever comes to the hospital, superintendent or whoever, anybody is there or not, it doesn't matter. He used to be there at the hospital at 9 o'clock, and he used to always say, "You be there at 9 o'clock in your workplace. You be there punctually." I think 2 or 3 important things I've learned from him, and learned so many other things from Dr. Sudhina Madam. And I feel so sorry that he is not there. And my condolences to Sudhina Madam. And it's a great loss for the department and to the specialty and to ISA and to the community of anesthesiology in general. May his soul attain moksha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Upender sir. Now I request Dr. M.V. Bhimeshwar Garu to give his message.
Unmute, Bhimesh, unmute.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's a very unfortunate way of meeting people because Dr. Iyengar is no more. When I joined the department in 1994, he was the head of the department, and I joined in Government Maternity Hospital in Nayapur, where Dr. Sudhina Madam was the chief professor there. And it is very unfortunate that Dr. Iyengar is no more. But my fond memories of Dr. Iyengar is that when in 1996, when we were doing the national conference, Dr. Iyengar was the first person to have given me a talk in the national conference. The first lecture that I had given in any conference was during the 1996 conference, during the CME lecture, where I was asked to talk about pregnancy changes, anatomical and physiological changes during pregnancy. That was my first exposure to ISA, and I thank Dr. Iyengar for giving me that opportunity. And one more thing, I fondly remember Dr. Iyengar and Dr. Sudhina Lakshmi discussing in the class about various things. Whenever we used to present seminars, the postgraduates used to present seminars, there was a fond discussion between Dr. Sudhina Madam and Dr. Iyengar. So the discussions used to go on very long, and we fondly remember all those things. And one thing we need to learn from Dr. Iyengar was that he is a very strict disciplinarian. And Dr. Sudhina Madam used to be in the hospital by 8:50 because Dr. Iyengar has to reach his hospital by 9 o'clock. So Madam was always there punctual 8:50, and Dr. Iyengar sir was in his hospital by 9 o'clock. That was the discipline that they have inculcated in all of us. We also started reaching hospital by 9 o'clock. I convey my deep condolences to Dr. Sudhina Madam. May Dr. Iyengar's soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhimeshwar sir. Now I request Dr. Umakant Garu.
Namaste, all of you. Most of you are my teachers, and my sincere respects to all of you. And Iyengar sir, I remember him on the very first day. I met him when I was reporting to the department as a postgraduate in anesthesia. And the last time I met him was in March 7th this year, after 23 years. I have a lot of association with him, although I worked him only as a postgraduate. My first experience with him, the day I was reporting, he said to me, are you sure you want to do anesthesia? And if you do anesthesia under me, you should be able to work anywhere in the world. Here you go. I'm at the pinnacle of my career in the UK. Not a day passes without thinking about him, the international standards of training that he had given me, and all of you as well. I not only learned the professional standards, but the standards of the human values. He was instrumental in shaping me into in my professional career. And I always quote him, Madam Sudhina, and most of you are my teachers as well in the UK when I'm teaching my postgraduate students here. And I had the opportunity of meeting Sir and Madam in March this year after 23 years. When I met Sir, he had the same profile, he had the same presence and the attitude. And I didn't miss him. I didn't miss him the way I saw him on the day one. However, he did not recognize me. On a personal note, that was a hard take to me. I met Sudhina Madam as well, and I still remember, it's all very distinct in my mind. Sudhina Madam as a professor in maternity hospital, Nayapul, and also she was equally instrumental in shaping me to where I am now. I also had the opportunity talking to her granddaughter and also his son as latest as when Sir was admitted in the hospital. There's a lot to say, and I think for the brevity of time, I need to stop. And on this note, I offer my sincere respect to Sir and Madam and all of you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Vijayalakshmi, Madam. Dr. Vijayalakshmi, Madam. Okay. Dr. Gururajachar, sir. He's also Dr. Ramba. Unmute చేయండి, sir.
Hello, can you hear? Yeah, good morning all. I was terribly devastated when Dr. Surender informed me about the sad demise of Professor Iyengar, sir. I had just come on a holiday to US and the next couple of days, I was not myself. I offer my heartfelt condolences to Sudhina ma'am. You're not alone, madam, in sharing this grief. The very fact that so many stalwarts and so many people all around the world are there to pay tributes to him shows that how much he was loved. He was very towering personality, not just physically and otherwise, but deep within, he was a very tender person. Although I never worked directly under him, he was a close friend of Professor Vijay Kumar Menon, sir, and who was my teacher and mentor in Gandhi. And through him, I met Professor Iyengar, sir, and Sudhina madam a number of times. After my Middle East stint, when I came and I wanted to join in Usmania, I met him once, and he was before 9 only, he was there in the chair. He smiled and told me that I have a bad habit of coming early. That is how I remember him. And after that, a number of times I spoke to him, and he nurtured, he shaped, he molded so many people, so many students. I think that it's countless. I offer my condolences. And I'm sure, madam, he has joined his other angel friends in heaven. He must be already talking to all the angels there, Professor Menon, sir, and all. Once again, I offer my tributes to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Radhakishan Rao garu to say a few words. Radhakishan, sir. Radhakishan, sir. Okay. I request Dr. Sunil Pandya.
Dr. Sunil Pandya is online.
Yeah. I request Dr. Sunil Pandya, sir. Now I request Dr. MSRC Murthy garu.
Good morning all. I felt very sorry when I heard the news that Iyengar is no more. My heartfelt condolences to Dr. Sudhina ma'am. Actually, Iyengar was my teacher in the first year of my post-graduation in Gandhi. He is a strict and feared by all anesthetists, postgraduates, faculty, as well as surgeons. In fact, as you are all told that he's punctual, he's on time. And whenever the surgeon comes late, Suppose the surgeon comes at 9:30, he would strike the first case and said the first case is postponed. Now you take the second case. You cannot take the first case. So strict was he in terms of time. All these things, that discipline and that time management, all we have inculcated that habit from Dr. Iyengar. And he's a towering personality, but at the same time, after being there with him for a few months, we saw that he is tender and he is good by nature. In fact, he is the one who helped me to come from director of health side to DME side, and he is responsible for getting my posting done in DME. So though he appears strict, he appears more like a disciplinarian. He is very tender at heart, and he is a very helpful, all both to the postgraduates and to the faculty. I feel very sad when I heard the news of his demise. May God give strength to Dr. Sudhina ma'am for Dr. Sudhina ma'am for bearing his loss. And we are all there. We are all there with you, ma'am. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. T. Sunil Pandya to give his message. Dr. T. Sunil Pandya. Hello, Dr. Sunil Pandya. Okay, now I request Dr. Chintala Kishan.
Hello.
Dr. Chintala Kishan to give his message.
Yes. Dr. NRS IYENGAR sir is a great dean in anesthesia department. It is a great loss to all the anesthesia students. He is a very strict professor. Are you hearing me, Viresham?
Yes.
A great professor. It is a great loss to anesthesia department. Not only anesthesia department, it is all medical students also. In other words, to learn a great thing from discipline and strictness. It is a great loss to us. To me also, he was my professor. My deepest condolence to Sudhina madam. Thank you very much.
Now I request Dr. Koshi Puducherry. Are you there, sir? Dr. Koshi.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
I am Dr. Koshi. I'll be very brief. Dr. Iyengar equated discipline like everybody has said. If people feel academician, and I love to hear his talk and his teaching. And I remember when I was a student, his PG student in Nizam Institute of that time orthopedic sciences. There was a difficult intubation, and others couldn't intubate, and he was the one who was able to do surgery. He was a wonderful teacher. He was my guide. I will miss him. Madam Sudhina Lakshmi, my condolences to you and your son Srikanth. God bless. Thank you. I finished.
Now I request Dr. Niranjan. Is he there? Dr. Niranjan.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very saddening to hear the news of loss of Dr. Iyengar. My association with Dr. Iyengar was not much, but I worked a lot with Dr. Sudhina Lakshmi. But what I felt in my 3 years of post-graduation, probably I have not missed, because it was all his students and his colleagues, they used to tell every day, Dr. Iyengar will do like this, Dr. Iyengar will do like this, he will teach like this. So it's a great privilege when your students and your colleagues talk about you so much. So definitely he has done a lot to uplift the Department of Anesthesia, the discipline and the working conditions. And then it is a great loss to the department, to the anesthesia as such. So I pray his soul rest in peace. I offer my condolences to Dr. Sudhina Lakshmi and the family. Thank you.
Sir, Dr. C. Radhakishan Rao. Is he online? Dr. C. Radhakishan Rao.
Yes, I am here. Are you able to hear?
Yeah.
Sir, you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very sorry to hear the news of demise of Iyengar. I have had the opportunity to work with him in Gandhi as a assistant and with Sudhina Lakshmi also as a colleague in Usmania Medical College. They were guiding the department in very nice way, and I am very learned many things from them. The loss of Iyengar is a loss to the Department of Anesthesia. He was a very disciplined man and his teaching was very nice. I used to enjoy his teaching, and it is a very loss to the anesthesia department. I say very much giving condolences to demise of Dr. Iyengar. Thank you.
Viresham sir. Okay. Now I request Dr. Nagarjun Reddy. Dr. Nagarjun Reddy sir. He's not there. Yeah.
Good morning, all. Really sorry to hear the loss of Dr. Iyengar. It's really fortunate that I am, Sir is my guide. And so fortunate that Sir was external examiner for us and Madam was internal examiner to us. And really we were afraid of examination, but we all passed with good results. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Wherever sir is there, let him, we all pray, let him shower his blessings to all of us. So we are sorry, madam, once again. We are all with you. So, సార్ ఆత్మకు శాంతి చేకూరాలని ఎక్కడున్నా కూడా శాంతి చేకూరాలని కోరుకుంటూ ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు.
Thank you. Now I request Dr. Sheshu. He's been waiting long time. Dr. Sheshu. Unmute, sir. Unmute.
Good morning, everybody. We both, Jemala and myself, were his students from 91 to 93. We take pride in telling everybody that we are Iyengar's students. The discipline and the teachings that he has taught us, we still follow. Discipline. Yes, we were also privileged to have him attend our wedding. Usually he doesn't attend many, but it was a Sunday and he came along with Shrikant to bless us. And he also guided us in our career. He asked us to join Singreni and then come back and do MD. And that way he has shaped our career. And what we are today is just because of him, his teachings. We pray God that his soul rests in peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Pavani. Unmute, madam. Unmute.
Pavani, unmute.
Good morning, everybody. I pay due respects to all my professors and teachers who are here and to Sudhina madam especially. Today we are here because of Iyengar sir and Sudhina madam. I was among the last group of a batch of postgraduates under Dr. Iyengar sir as HOD. And he was the one and who had given jobs to many of the fresh pass outs, and I am one among them. And he, all of us owe our lives as faculty in government, in this government hospitals to Iyengar sir. He was the one who had evacuated lot of people who were occupying mismatched posts, and he had removed that dictum of mismatch. And all of us are occupying these posts because of Iyengar sir. And he was a great teacher. We have learned a lot of things from him. And today also, Iyengar sir and Sudhina madam are remembered in our hospital for their discipline as well as for their administrative capabilities. And every day, almost every alternative, we talk about Sudhina madam and how she used to manage the list. So we owe a lot to sir. We have learned a lot of things from them. And I'm really sorry to say that he's no more, but we are not able to take it in. And I hope God gives strength to Sudhina madam to bear his loss. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. I request Dr. Ramakrishna Bhimsetti. Dr. Ramakrishna Bhimsetti. Okay, Dr. Vijayalakshmi madam. Are you there, madam?
Namaste, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, all my seniors, classmates, everyone. I was deeply saddened to know about the demise of Iyengar sir. As everyone already said, he was a strict disciplinarian, a very good teacher, and I had the opportunity of being his student for some time when he was there in Osmania Medical College. And we learned, apart from the physics in anesthesia and the other parts of the subject, we learned how to be disciplined, how to be punctual, and how to administer the theater. So we owe a lot of things to him. And I pray may his soul rest in peace. And I pray Sudhina madam has the courage to cope up with his loss. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Sunil Pandya, Dr. T. Sunil Pandya is there. Dr. T. Sunil Pandya. Dr. S.G.K. Murthy. Dr. S.G.K. Murthy. Some names are there. It is reflecting their phone, iPhone or Samsung phone. Kindly
unmute. Kindly unmute and give your message.
Send your message. Dr. Prabhavati madam already raised hand. Madam.
Unmute,
madam. Unmute, madam.
Sorry, I think the icon didn't disappear. I didn't put it off. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Dr. Kalyani. Dr. Kalyani Sangineni.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Ramakrishna. Sir has been very influential in both our careers. He has helped us out a lot. And there are some things which I remember him for. And there's one thing he's always told us, that there are two ways to learn. Either you can learn from other people's mistakes or you learn from your own mistakes, which I thought was very, very important. So we have learned a lot from him. Besides all this, he has been maintaining great discipline. And that I think I and my husband do follow, that discipline and punctuality. And he created a great role model for us to follow. So I have learned a lot from him, and he will be missed dearly.
Thank you, Kalyani. Yeah, Dr. C. Chandrasekhar.
Dr. C. N. Chandrasekhar.
Hi, good morning all. We were students of Dr. Iyengar sir, and definitely I can tell that he was inspiration, and we were proud to be Dr. Iyengar sir students. And being an anesthesiologist, we always Osmania in the department of Osmania, we always felt that under his guidance and under his supervision, we learned so many things. And one thing particularly, I can tell you that in one of the seminars, he told us that there is only one way of doing things, that is the right way. I still remember that. And he never used to take classes for us, but whenever he comes into the operation theater, definitely we used to feel that we should be attentive and always be sharp, because at any time he will ask questions to us. So definitely it is a great loss now for the Department of Anesthesia, but definitely many students like us learned so many things from Dr. Iyengar sir, and our prayers are with him, and we hope that his soul is in peace. Thank you.
Some names are not there. Please come forward and give your message. Only mobile names are there.
SGK Murthy. SGK Murthy is there.
He is not there.
Sunil Pandey, I will call him.
Dr. Ramakrishna Bhimsetti.
Dr. Rangarao was also there. Dr. Rangarao.
No, he is not there, sir, now. He left. Viresham, sir, I think everyone shared their memories. I think it's time for you to conclude. And
Dr. Surinder sir, Dr. Prabhavati madam, and senior faculty members of this condolence meeting. Still, can we wait, sir? Dr. Surinder sir, can we wait?
You said that
more time?
Anyone wants to speak, we may not be knowing the names, some names.
Yeah. Anybody wants to speak? Kindly convey their message by speaking. I think the time to wind up the session. Can I go for it?
Viresham, you can ask Dr. Sudhina Lakshmi to share.
Yeah, madam. Good morning, madam. Dr. Sudhina madam is already there. Good morning, madam.
Yeah, good morning, Viresham.
Yeah, madam. Everybody has expressed their views on this condolence meeting, madam. So we request you to say if you are in a mood to tell, you can, because it is a hard time to request you, but you can give some message. After that we will go for winding up of this session.
Okay, I'll just tell my experience with him. I joined pediatrics, then I switched over to MD anesthesia. I was in Gandhi for 2 years as a postgraduate. By the time I was already engaged to him, and it is a very tough time as a beginner and to work with him, close to him, but at the same time I'm very tough to face him in hospital situations. And then I joined MD anesthesia, shifted to Osmania, and I was also his assistant. I was also his colleague, and I followed him in the same footsteps as head of the Department of Anesthesia. Though I had not reached the highest stage of DME, I stopped with an additional director of medical education. Now, my life with him was a little reserved type. The same thing, whatever he used to apply to other people, applied to me also. I coped up with all the things, and ultimately I landed up a separation with him. Now I have to bear all these things, get into the courage mode, and then spend my life. That's in short my association with him. I think I'm going with this. Thank you so much.
Madam, thank you, madam. Thank you very much for joining this meeting. When I made a lot of stress on you to join the meeting. So many students from abroad and those who have went for abroad as leave also they have joined and so many stalwarts of this Telangana and Andhra, their experiences shared, and so many junior colleagues of him also have shared their opinion and regarding him. And sir is no doubt there is a covering personality both physically and both mentally and academically. And is a note that he is a very strict person. What my experience with one or two sentences, I joined as a postgraduate in Usmania Medical College, the service quota in 1995.
అన్నయ్య మాట ఏం చెప్తారు
Then 95 to 98 I was there.
అంతే
First time I failed in post graduation in MD anesthesia. Then I went to see. I came to your residence, madam. You and sir was there. I was in between, and there was a little bit talk between you people. I was sitting. I was standing in between you. And the sir told, why did you not give that DNB? I will pass you. Why did you do MD? No problem. You write DNB exam, I will pass you. He said. Then you told me that will he write DNB or will he go for MD? What variation you tell me? You asked me. I still remember it. I told I will go with MD. The next day I went to his office. He was the director of medical education at the time. I failed, but I have to report to my district hospital where I have came from. Then I said, I am going to report it back, sir. Why do you report? You get it surrendered. I will see that it will be surrendered within 2 days. The posting will be given. He told that yes, he called one of his superintendent and he asked me to get the file, and he has signed within 24 hours. He has given the posting in GMH under Dr. Sudhina madam as a tutor in anesthesia in that 6 month period for next time examination. So for that time, actually there was delay for 24 hours or something. And after next day I came and saw him in his chamber. Why did he come? He did not get the order, he asked. No, sir. What happened? I don't know. I went to that section and gave some 500 rupees to him to type my order. I put it in the drawer. So what happened? After some time, his attendant, superintendent came to me. I was at director of health. He came with me, attendant. Sir is calling me. Then I asked that fellow, your superintendent needs some more money. I will give you, no problem. No, sir, please, sir. You take your 500 rupees. He has put back to me in my pocket. Then I think nobody gives the clerical level of supervisor the history.
Veeresham sir, we lost your audio.
I think his internet connection is lost.
I can say because of him, I could get
We are not able to hear Veerasham.
He will give you money. That's the report. As an administrator, this is probably connection is not there. Now I am an upper.
We lost him.
I think Dr. Veerasham sir lost his connection. There's some power problem. So he wanted to say a few more things, but unfortunately, the problem with his internet. So on behalf of ISA Telangana, I thank all the participants today who came all the way to participate in this condolence meeting and express. Sorry.
Now I got it from cell phone. I'm speaking. So that superintendent has given me 500 rupees back. That is the administration of Dr. Iyengar sir as the director of medical education. He is non-corrupt and non-controversial. Everything is black and white. I think he has maintained both as a postgraduate. I have seen very silently. We have some discussion with our colleagues. We don't know when he has approached to our bias machine, and he was. We were discussing. He used to hear our words. That is his commitment. See, as a department, little bit late. Yeah, to be frank. And second floor, I used to see him whether he's coming for rounds or not. I have to go in other way and get change in my dress and get into a theater. That was the fear we had in that post-graduation period. Whenever the mortality morbidity meeting was there, so many professors, giants, Dr. Sudhina Madam, Iyengar sir, Dr. Nalini Madam, Dr. Surendra Reddy sir, from different hospitals, Dr. Prabhavati, all used to join that mortality morbidity meeting. It is like ultimately, Dr. Iyengar sir is the ultimate decision maker. That was the authority of the anesthesia. So that's why I pray him, his soul rest in peace, and I pray my deep condolences to our Professor Sudhina Madam and their family members. I thank all the members who have joined on this webinar and made this condolence meeting very memorable. And I pray God and I thank you each and everybody who have participated in this. Thank you. Ramakrishna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Veerasham, sir. Thank you on behalf of ISA Telangana to all the participants. Thank you.
Right. Can you wind up the session?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
There.
Right. Thank you.